What's going on, everybody? This is the Board Certified Gaming Podcast. It's the only podcast on the internet where two guys talk about video games. The only one. You don't have to look that up.
It's true.
We did that for you. We already
Take it at face value.
We already looked it up. There's nobody else. No other video game podcasts out there. We're the only one. I'm Andy, and my co-host, as always, is Amar.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry,
all one person.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey. Sorry.
Shout out,
sorry,
Brandon.
buddy. That's sorry, buddy. That's all we for you. We're coming back for you and you alone.
Yeah. I mean, you were here. I wasn't.
Well, I was here and just didn't do it.
We skipped a week. It's been busy.
And you're not the boss of us, so yeah.
Or you might be if you are my boss. Which at that point, I'll see you at 9:30.
Yeah. And if you are the boss of us, then I apologize, and we'll be.
I would also like a raise.
We'll be doing it on a weekly basis. So today is kind of a mishmash of stuff. We're going to talk about a bunch of things just because a lot of stuff is going on. You know, we have a lot of a lot of different ideas, a lot of different games, all kinds of cool stuff. But first, something you guys can do for us is like this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. These are also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So go follow and subscribe to them. Leave a comment or a review or a rating or something like that. You know, give us some kind of acknowledgement that you're watching this or listening to this and that you enjoy it.
This is also in my CRV if we carpool together.
It is. So if you ever want to ride with us, we can happily put it up for you. We have the aux cable. Remember aux cables? That was like a big thing.
What do you mean remember them? I still have one.
Well, no, but now it's like we have iPhones and now cars have USB ports, but now it's like you had to put
I drive
it in
a 2009, man.
Then never mind. I'm sorry.
There is
I'm
no
living in the
USB
future.
port.
I'm living in the future. But yeah, so you guys can do that. Please do that. You know, subscribe, like, comment.
I literally need to feed my cat, and if you don't, I can't feed her.
Yeah. So how dare you let a cat go starving? Okay, are you going to be that type of person? I don't think so.
The argument can be made: why am I not feeding her?
True.
To which my counter argument is, she's old enough to get a job.
Yeah. And who the hell are you?
She's 2. That's like what, 16 in cat years?
Yeah, she should be. She's got like.
Is it 7 or 8 years for a cat?
It's 7.
7 is for dogs,
but I think cats are the same.
Okay, so then 2 years.
I
so
think
then she's 14.
Lives is just like 7.
So she's 14. So she's old enough to get a job at like cops.
She could at least get a paper route or something.
Something.
Mow lawns for a living.
No, stop leaving my fucking lights on, Chewy. God.
So first of all, we're gonna get started. We're gonna talk about a game we've been playing a lot of for the past week.
It's exactly just 1 week for me, at least.
It has been out for technically a week and a half because it came out last Tuesday, right?
Are you talking about what
Gears?
I think
we're talking about Gears 5.
That came out well, if you had the Xbox Game Pass
which
Ultimate,
we do because we are,
or if you were a moron and paid $80 for it.
If you're not a smart person and you are not at the high echelon of people that we are at, we have Xbox Game Pass
When
Ultimate.
you have a podcast as booming as ours, you get early access to
things. Yes, you do.
For a low monthly rate.
Along with millions of others people who don't have podcasts.
September 6th, so that was officially
2.5, or it was about 2 weeks ago.
Today's Thursday, tomorrow. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
But the collective
was
access
Tuesday
to
the
it
10th.
on the 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has been out for about a week and a half. We had it for 2 weeks because we're special, because we matter, and we have a podcast.
Because we know how to play this capitalism game.
Yes, we do. We game the system. But I have been enjoying it thus far. We have played it enough, I think, to have a substantial review of the game. This is going to be in lieu of a video. Maybe
Did you
I'll
finish the campaign?
I did not. I'm like halfway through.
Okay, so then we can only really talk about the multiplayer.
We could talk about the campaign so far. I mean, it's the same kind of stuff that's happening in every single Gears game. It's just like some twists and turns and interesting shit. But this is going to be in lieu of a video. I might throw one out there once I finish the campaign just to have like, okay, I've played every single thing of this game, and here's final thoughts. But I think we've played enough where it's not a first impression, but we can get like a pretty decent review. So of campaign, I'm enjoying it. It's very interesting how just playing Gears 4 before Gears 5 came out, like literally like 2 days before I
because you had to wrap up the campaign.
I just literally took 7 hours and played it and was like, okay, campaign's done. I got the story, got the gist, and then played it. Even though there was, if you go into the extras section, there's like a previously on Gears. So it's like I could have just caught up.
To be fair, though, that wasn't in any of the other ones from what I recall.
I know, and I seeing that, I was like, oh, what's okay? Well, then I could have just got a recap of everything and could have got 7 hours of my life back. But it was 7 hours well spent because it was a pretty good campaign. And this one is so far too. I mean, I'm halfway through. It's very interesting.
What act are you in?
3.
Whew. I got some catching up to do.
Yes, you do. It's very interesting to see these stark differences between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So 4 is kind of like the rest of them. It's all just the same kind of stuff. You're playing as one guy the whole time. Marcus is there, and just everybody's important. And then they're slowly giving you new mechanics. Not really. Like you could play as the giant mechs in 4, but it's basically you're just a big person.
Yeah, and
you're just like a big person, like a big gear.
If you play co-op with friends, you can play as Jack and shit like that.
That's in this one.
Are we talking about Gears
4?
No,
I was saying in Gears 4, the only new things you could play as like the mechs or as a couple other differences. Not really. That was kind of like 3 and 4 are the same. Whereas 5, they really switched some stuff up. Where it's like, yeah, now you can play as Jack or Dave, which I'm a Dave truther. I prefer Dave over Jack. Just because I like Dave. But
I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Dude, Dave
boy Jack.
It's Dave. Dave
couldn't even make it past one mission.
Team Dave.
Couldn't even make it past one mission.
Yes, because he was forced into a situation that he was not ready for or programmed for. Team Dave.
That's his fault for not being prepared.
I know. But
how's this still only at 30%?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Jack and Dave are a new wrinkle in which I always think of them as a dog because like everybody's like, good job, Jack. Like, thanks, man. And then like you can go get him to fetch stuff. So you can have Jack go pick up a gun and you can upgrade Jack.
Which I like that a lot.
I do too. It really helps. Like if I'm in cover, I'm like, hey, I want that.
Right.
But it's like all the way over there and I'm going to get my ass shot. Then I'm like, hey, Jack, why don't you go take all these bullets and go pick that giant gun up for me and bring it over here just because I don't feel like going to get it. So it's pretty nice to have that. And in co-op, I think you can actually play as Jack. It's like somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody has to play as which I think at least Dell or Kate. But yeah, if you're playing like the 4-player co-op, you have to have
one person play as Jack.
Somebody has to.
Which I mean, it's nice because
you're just playing a support role essentially.
You can zap people or grab guns for people, which sounds probably terrible, as opposed to the other roles of actually getting to shoot and kill people. But hey, I mean, I'm not complaining. That sounds cool. You have to play as Dave or Jack.
Preferably Jack.
I'm still loyal to my man Dave. I grew up with Dave.
You experienced Dave for like 30 minutes. I grew up with Dave. Get the fuck out of here.
But that's a new thing. It's just like a new support character that you have. So you're not just doing everything yourself. Basically trying to just pile drive through everything and kill everybody and then picking up guns along the way. You can just be more tactical about it. You can take cover.
You can sneak too. They've kind of added that a little bit. I mean, the game has
was there a knife in the fourth one?
There was, like, they had knives, but like, so the way the first 4 games always function in terms of campaign was, it was just very linear. It's just, this is where you go, this is your mission, get it done, here's a cutscene, that's it.
Yeah.
This one really opens up, especially with the whole open, quote unquote, open world aspect.
I've noticed that.
So you can choose to just open fire, like very early on when you are going to that first kind of, what are they called? Fuck, why can't I remember their names? The swarm nest.
Okay.
You're going to like that old like laboratory or cave or something very in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And there's a point where you split from Marcus and
one takes the high road.
Marcus and Kate and Dell and JD go, and you have the choice when you see a bunch of the swarm, you can kind of slowly creep up or have like Jack or Dave at that time go and like attack and shit. Or you could just go guns blazing, they gave you that option. Which, then the game opens up. There's an ass to it. There's side quests to do, which I've suck.
They're not that great, but I have enjoyed.
But I get where they're going.
I have enjoyed that aspect. So it's
nice to branch off. And just be like, hey, what's this fun little tidbit?
What we're talking about is when you're in the skiff, I think it's called. So that's a new mechanic. You're just basically driving around. It's basically a car that you use and transport yourself around this open world.
What's the snow equivalent of water skiing? Snow skiing?
Snowmobiling?
Is that what she's doing?
It's not really a snowmobile because it's powered by the wind, which confuses me.
It's like snow sailing.
Kind of, yeah. It's
like she's in the back, half snow. Well, snowboarding, I guess, is what she's doing.
It's like parasailing, or what is that one where you're on a surfboard but with like a sail?
I thought that's what.
That's not.
No, that's. I know what you're talking about though, because I'm thinking of that How I Met Your Mother skit.
Parasurfing? That's not a thing.
I thought that's what parasailing was.
Paragliding is when you're in the parachute. Sky. It might be parasailing.
No, parasailing is when you have the fucking
quality content here.
Don't make me shake my arms. You know what I'm talking about? Parachute.
That's paragliding.
That's parasailing.
What's paragliding?
God damn it. Paragliding is in the sky. Parasailing is in the water.
So paragliding's with a hang glider.
What you're thinking of is windsurfing.
Windsurfing. That's what it is. Got it. Now
it's a surface water sport that combines elements of surfing and sailing.
It is like windsurfing, which is kind of weird because the wind doesn't work that way. Meaning this skiff, you can just turn around in all directions and it'll go. But that's assuming wind is coming from every single direction.
It's just fucking
which doesn't make sense.
Board for $1,600.
That is way too much for a thing I'm never going to use.
It's only $800 each if we split it down the middle, and then we can go
share.
Together. Yeah. Oh, super cool wind sail, bro.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not. We don't have anywhere to use that.
What the fuck you mean, man? Lake Michigan.
Michigan.
Just
pass.
Hell yeah.
We're the only ones.
We just got PBRs in a cooler. Just two bros chilling on a windsurfer.
Yeah.
5 feet apart.
If you can't windsurf with your best friend, what are you doing? But
windsurfing with an acquaintance, probably.
The skiff is like windsurfing, and you kind of have to go around to these little side quests. They're just like question marks on the map. And you're like, ooh, what is this? I've done a bunch of them. They're okay. It's a nice little, okay, here's this side thing where basically a
little break, yeah.
They're all go into this place, kill these people, pick up this thing, leave.
Right.
Like that's literally all they are, which I enjoyed just because it's like, hey, there's this weird thing. Here's a part for Jack. Here's another part for Jack. Find the third one, and then you get a new upgrade. Like, I guess I am enjoying the whole fact of upgrading Jack, and like because you can.
It's nice.
Fully
and
find
you can also
components.
And you can toss it not toss it, but you can switch between abilities too, depending on what you need.
And they're all pretty helpful too.
Yeah, I definitely like the flashing of the enemies. That's super helpful.
I mean, you just lift your shirt up, and then they just get distracted, and then you kill them.
When you see those robotic titties, man, you just don't know how to act.
It's actually the one thing I don't like about that is like the forced mechanic. It's like when you get a new one, you have to use it like that second.
Yeah, because it's trying to introduce you to the concept.
I get it, but then it's like done. It's like you don't have to use it ever again. It's just for that 2 seconds where you got it. It's like here, this room's on fire. You need to get out of it. Here's this armor thing that we just found. Okay, use it, and then you never have to use it again.
Right.
So it's like I get it, but I don't use that. But I do like the fact that there are components that you find. I like that it's different kinds of components. So one is like a 1, one is a 5, one's a 3. Like you got to find a bunch and then put it together, and then you can upgrade Jack's abilities and himself. So you can like, here's more health for Jack. Here he can pick up bigger weapons now and bring them to me, which is like kind of selfish. But it's like, here, Jack, I'm improving you so you can give me more stuff and make my job easier. That's why they're kind of the MVP, Jack and Dave. Like. They'd be fucked without them.
It's no Jack and Daxter.
It is not, but this is not that.
How are you liking the multiplayer?
The multiplayer I am enjoying.
It's got a Gears 2 vibe for me.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Just feels like the good old days of Gears 2.
Really?
I've been enjoying it. I mean,
you played a ton of Gears 2, so I think that's pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I am disappointed in the amount of, or the size of the roster, should I say, that's like slowly.
What do you mean?
When it first launched, you could only play as like 7 characters on each side.
I don't think so. I thought they had like 9.
No, they had like 7 for each. You could play as the
main
characters.
There are more COG than there are Swarm.
Yeah, and they're adding more, which is like, I get it, but and the map rotations, there's only like 6 or 7 that are rotating. They added some Gears 4 maps that you can only play in private mode, but again, that's all stuff that it's like for the next 2-3 years
they're going to be
updating
stuff.
shit. So.
Yeah, because when do you think another Gears is going to come out? Like
3 years from now, probably.
Is that how long it took from 4 to 5?
Yep, 2016.
Okay,
so 3 was in 2011.
But they got Fortnite money though. Isn't it Epic Games?
No, Epic doesn't.
They don't do Gears anymore.
No, it's the Coalition.
Oh,
yeah. It's still
they sold Gears.
Yeah, it's still generally the same.
I didn't know that. I thought it was Epic
It's still
Games.
Generally the same team.
Oh,
But
well, yeah, they just don't
like
work
Rod
for Epic
Ferguson is
anymore.
like the head
Yeah.
of the whole thing.
Well, he took over after Cliff.
Yeah. And they yeah, they formed the coalition like shortly after Gears 3, and then
okay.
Microsoft bought them, so they're like part of Microsoft Game Studios.
Okay, so just as a legal mind, it'd be interesting to see how the ownership rights shake out.
Probably be the same way
because it was a valuable franchise. They're not Epic is not just going to be like, we don't want it anymore.
It was probably the same way how like Bungie let go of Halo.
Yeah,
pretty much.
True.
Like, they don't fucking touch Halo anymore.
Yeah,
it's Team 343.
The thing is that like selling and buying companies or buying like IP like that is okay. Yeah, you technically can make the game, but you don't own it 100%. So if someone was to buy it, there would be more people that need to approve that sale than just, okay, I want to sell it to you and you want to buy it. It's like, okay, well, these previous guys, they didn't sell all of their rights to it. They sold just, hey, they licensed it to you, or they're like, hey, you can buy this, but we are still owners of it because we own you.
Speaking of Gears, is the Batista thing a limited time, or is he just automatically unlocked for everyone?
For what I saw
a Reddit post of just an entire COG team of just
hell yeah,
fucking Batista. Is he a character, or is he just a skin?
From what I saw, it said you like play between now and the 28th to get him.
September 28th?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just turn it on.
I know.
Like, I think you just turning on multiplayer is like, here you go.
Is it a skin for Marcus?
It is a skin for Marcus. So it is not a character itself. But it is voiced by Batista. It is, which they might make it a full character if they see like a lot of people.
Is there an emote where he does his entrance like with the machine guns?
No. It's just him.
What about
he does things?
Oh, his theme song would be nuts.
Which I haven't listened, so I don't know if it's like...
You've never heard his theme song?
I don't know his themes. You're more of a wrestling fan than I am. He's been out of wrestling when I started.
I walk alone.
Okay, I don't think so. I don't think that's in there. Maybe that's in there. I don't know.
I don't...
Like, I haven't been listening to the back. Like, if they were smart, they'd put it in, like, the music would change whenever you switch to him in, like, the character selection screen, but... I don't think
I'm just saying they should have pulled the fucking trigger on like just everything WWE Batista.
Yeah, I mean, which I think this might be a test just to figure out how many people like want that.
Maybe we get Goldberg next.
I mean, Batista's an interesting situation because he wanted to be in the Gears movie like so bad. He's like, you don't know I want to be in this. Yeah, I mean, he might be Baird.
I would love. He basically looks like fucking Baird.
Yeah, Baird now. Yeah, Baird, bald, old Baird.
I think somebody on Reddit made that comparison too. They're like, "Oh, look, another WWE wrestler's in the game," and it was Baird.
They can find somebody for Cole too. Terry Crews.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Crackdown 3, so
yeah,
he knows video games.
Doubt like because I think he's a Gears fan too. Because I remember, I know, but I remember Batista like, "Hey, Terry Crews, let's do it," and he was like, "Absolutely, like I'll be Cole, sure."
Coltrane, baby.
Batista would play Marcus, right?
Either that or Dom.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm like. Because he is Latin.
Yeah.
But
he's got the skin tone for it.
But it's like, who's playing Marcus then?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves plays Marcus?
He just gets unusually buff.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah, like he finishes John Wick Chapter 4, and then all of a sudden he's just fucking yoked.
Yeah.
But then also it's like he doesn't really need to necessarily be buff if they just put him in one of those big ass gear suits.
Yeah,
just don't do any scenes where he's shirtless.
Neck prosthetic just to make his neck look really fucking muscular. And that's it. Yeah. Which it could be mostly CG.
The locusts are coming, man.
It might be CG anyway. But that would be interesting to see the movie. But the Batista skin, I am enjoying how they are like somehow you can just play as Terminators stuff,
which is doing kind of cool. COG side.
Which is cool. Like I don't know.
That was one of the promotional things for that new Terminator movie that's coming out.
Which I mean, I get that, and I think those are here to stay. Like a lot of people are enjoying just different, which is really funny to me how we're talking a lot about just tangents of multiplayer, but it's interesting to me how the promotional skins. Like people are so loyal to Gears. Like they're like, I have been playing every single Gears. I've played all 5 and all the other ones like Judgment. And I played the remasters again and all this other stuff. Oh, who do you play as multiplayer? Oh, these Terminator guys.
I'm Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play as the T-800. It's like, what? Yeah, I just want to make it look super different. So I'm not like actually playing as the characters I played as for the last 5 games. It's like, it's enough. I've played as Marcus enough. I want to play as somebody else.
See, I'm playing as Marcus, but he looks like Batista.
Yeah. But his glasses change.
I want Dizzy back in the game.
I forgot who that was.
You remember Dizzy Wallen?
Maybe.
He was the dude with the cowboy hat.
Oh yeah,
he was just always ready to just crush some.
I remember there are so many different characters.
Grub skulls.
There are so many different characters from like 2 and 3 that I don't remember.
Ty also would be another fun.
I remember there was also the Carmine. You play as Carmine a bunch.
Can't you unlock Carmine now in the multiplayer too? I could have sworn
he's not in this one.
No, I could have sworn that there's a thing now where you can unlock Carmine in Gears 5.
Maybe? I don't know. I haven't seen that.
I
but
saw Reddit blowing
I know he's in the
it.
game. Like Carmine is in the game. But it's like a buff old Carmine.
Yeah, Clay Carmine.
Yeah. Clayton Carmine, to be specific.
We call him Clay.
I call him Clayton. Like he's...
You're a fucking loser.
I am. But overall, what would you say about the multiplayer? Are you enjoying it? I think you
I need to start playing it again, but yeah.
You guys don't know Amar like I do, but him saying that it's giving him Gears 2 vibe is very high praise because you played the shit out of Gears 2. Like that's when I joined. I joined like Gears 3 was like coming out. And I was like playing Gears 2 a lot with you guys. I remember the 12 days of Gearsmas. Like those were the days. Go back to a time when you didn't have any responsibilities. Amar's cat is rubbing on the microphone. She wants to get in on this podcast too. Chewy, do you have thoughts about Gears?
She loves Gears.
Yeah.
She loves. Thanks for rubbing your butthole like all over my stuff.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, don't upvote that Reddit.
Mikasa is Sukasa.
Don't upvote that Reddit comment. Come here.
But we're enjoying it. Amar is a way better Gears player than I am, so he's probably have more of a. He's just automatically riding a bike. He's back in it and kicking ass.
I haven't been doing so hot in this one just because, like, I don't know. I've been enjoying more playing with the bots because I'm like, I don't have the fucking patience to.
Which bots make everything better. Every single multiplayer game ever, please have bots in it so you can just play by yourself and not have to worry about actually trying.
Right.
Like, make that a thing. So that's Gears 5. We're enjoying it. We're not going to give it a score because
8 out of 10.
Okay, well, Amar's going to give it a score. I'm not.
Just dropped my cat. Oops.
Because I don't believe in scores because it's whatever floats your boat. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, go try it. And then if you like, that's why Redbox exists or like.
Or you can just literally pay
$2. Is GameFly a thing?
Oh yeah, it's still
a thing.
GameFly's still going strong.
Xbox Game Pass is there. Like you can just literally like give your friends some money and then like, hey, can I borrow this? Or like.
It's on Windows too. You can get Game Pass on Windows.
So there are multiple ways for you to try it. And if you're not hooked or like digging it in the first like couple hours of playing it, then don't buy it. Don't play it again. Like don't spend $60 on a game if you're not really sure about it and it doesn't look cool to you. Because then it's like, well, you just waste $60 and then immediately when you try to return, or you can maybe return it, but if you try to sell it, you're gonna get like $20. So it's like, don't do that. So I'm not going to give it a score. Amar gave it an 8 out of 10. So fuck me, I guess.
8.5.
8.5. Okay. Even better.
It's pretty good.
I
need to finish the campaign.
Campaign's really solid. I am interested to see where it goes just from the story. I'm interested to see if it's going to be open-ended or if it's going to be like, this is done. New characters for Gear 6. Marcus isn't important. He's going to be in it. Just because he's there.
I just hope
he
doesn't die because I can't handle that.
But he's it though. You can't kill Marcus because it's like, well, then Gears.
You can't kill Dom, but they fucking.
It's gonna be a Star Wars situation where it's like, well, where the hell do we go from here? Because everybody you're used to is dead, so it becomes a whole new franchise at that point.
JD like joins the swarm.
Ooh, no, that sounds stupid.
And then there's like another character in Gears 7 that comes out and is like. The next gear, like after the cog is disassembled.
His name is like Michael or something.
Or no, it's like Jay. Yeah. So it sounds like Ray, but it's the male version.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or they just have Daisy Ridley just do a female lead. That's the other thing I like about Gears 5 is I'm really enjoying the female lead a lot.
I love playing as Kate. She's a badass.
Yeah, just because I fucking hated JD in Gears 4. I hated him so much.
He's kind of a tool. Yeah.
I understand completely.
I like Dell.
Dell's cool as hell.
Yeah.
But I totally understand why Marcus can't fucking stand his son.
Yes, which I get why they totally get it. Totally get why they had a falling out.
But Kate,
yeah,
I understand that she's the granddaughter of the Locust Queen Mira.
Spoiler.
But
yeah, we're fine.
Kate's banging though.
She's dope. She's dope.
Badass.
I like her. Like it.
Poor girl has some headaches. I'm like, baby, pop some Tylenol and get back to fucking killing grubs.
Playing as JD for the first couple missions and I'm like, man, I gotta play as JD again. I thought this was about Kate.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, now I'm Kate. Like, cool.
Thank God.
Yeah. And I was like, about damn time.
Kate and Del, just the two of them. That's all I need.
Hell yeah, dude. And
I would be okay if they killed JD off. I do not like his character.
That's why I like the open world a lot, because like then it's just Kate and JD like talking and like figuring shit out by themselves. And yeah, it's dope.
Banging.
I'm enjoying it.
Hell yeah.
But we're having a good time with Gears 5. Check it out. I have made videos on it already, so you can check out some multiplayer footage. You can I gave a first impressions video. It might be a review video when we're all said and done with what's going on, but we'll see. But now we're going to move on to another game that Amar's been playing that just recently came out.
AMA.
Borderlands 3.
AMA.
So please tell me about your first couple hours of Borderlands 3.
It's Borderlands.
Thank you.
It's
that
the
is
third Borderlands. It's good. I mean, it's the same old Borderlands. It looks great.
Yeah.
I've got it upscaling to HDR on my TV because I don't have an Xbox One X, and
you fancy.
Cell shading looks
which I mean,
cellular and shadier.
It's not known for its graphic prowess.
To me, it's a visually pleasing game.
It is,
but I've always enjoyed that kind of art style.
It's like how a comic book is not like picture a comic book and then like one that's made on a computer. It's
sure.
Like, yeah, it's going to look a little bit sharper.
Sure.
But it's like, these aren't known for their realistic graphics anyway. So
yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it with what little time that I've gotten to play it. I'm very excited to wrap this up so I can get some more time.
Because you played a couple hours in it, this is just a first impression. You haven't played extensively in it to give it a full like.
So one of my favorite things right now is I've been playing as Flack. So he's the like robotic looking dude with the one eye.
Yeah.
His the reason why I've been playing him is because usually with Borderlands, like the first run through that I do is always solo, just so I can like kind of get into the story before I get into the co-op stuff. So he has a special ability where he has pets. So he has a pet. You can choose from one of 3 pets. It's like a skag, the spider ant, or you can choose it's like a monkey with a gun, something like that.
Cool. I think I.
But going through his skill trees, like that's super nice. So there's this ability that I've been using called Gamma Burst.
Okay.
With the skag. So essentially what it does is I'll hit LB on the Xbox controller and I point it to like a group of enemies. It spawns the pet there, blows them up, but then the pet also starts dealing radiation damage, all the while increasing both its and my damage output while also healing me.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty cool combinations.
Man. That's doing everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of different cool combinations too. There was another ability with like the racks, so you could like send out 2 racks and it would attack, and the rack attack. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's still Borderlands. It's still super fucking funny.
Is it? That's what I was worried about. Is like what? Because there's only so many like outrageous things you can do. Where it's like, okay, they're doing kind of the same deal that they did in the other 2.
It's still a super funny game. The only downside is there's no Scooter, but
which RIP Scooter.
But Ellie's there, and she's plenty funny.
There's got to be some. I mean,
like her a lot.
I'd rather them spread it out than have just one character be like, this is where all of our humor is going and where all of our charisma and personality is going. But now that's like they split it out because they had Handsome Jack, who was like most of the humor is
also
him.
RIP.
Also RIP. Like Scooter and Handsome Jack is like they led the humor of the game, and that's like a staple. It's like, yeah, we're really funny games. It's like, yeah, but you had like 2 guys that you kind of nailed it with, but now they're both dead. What are you going to do with it? So I am interested to see, because like a lot of people are saying that it's basically Borderlands 2 but newer and better.
I mean, like they didn't reinvent the wheel with this game by any means. Like there's a couple things that are different. Like they got rid of the badass ranks and now they're guardian ranks.
Is it the same thing, just a different title?
Yes and no. You cannot start accessing anything in the guardian ranks until you finish the main story.
Okay.
But then after that, there's like a separate progression bar for your guardian ranks.
Okay.
And then that once you unlock a token,
what do you get with that?
It's the same thing what a badass rank was.
Gotcha.
It's just a different way of earning it. There's like, last I checked, 23 main story missions. So
that doesn't sound like a lot.
No, it's just it doesn't, but like a lot of them do drag on.
Take you pretty far.
So it does, and it spans across like 4 different planets.
Okay.
So it's not just on one planet.
Yeah.
23 main story missions, and I think there's like 72 side missions,
which is probably where they're going to be like, hey, you're going to get distracted doing a bunch of random shit here to try to get guns
and
try
they're
to get
like going to be rolling out. So there's like
shields.
the on the roadmap, there's, I got to look this up now because there's 2 freebies before DLC 1 comes out. Let me find it actually, because this is actually I remember when I originally read like what is in Borderlands. I was like Borderlands 3 for like quests, stuff like that, things to do. It was already a ton.
Yeah.
The first thing is the Bloody Harvest event,
which it's already, this game has only been out a few days and they're already like have events and DLC and releases of stuff planned. That's pretty good on them.
Trying to find the actual article that like details.
Yeah.
But
that has got to be nice though, that there's already tons of stuff to do and it's like we already have
they're adding more.
That's a lot of hours. A lot of hours that I shouldn't have spent playing Gears 4 when I could have just got the recap for 5 minutes.
So with that, with the Borderlands 3, they are having 2 free DLCs coming out. That's like just basically for everybody.
Yeah.
Before they dive into the first paid DLC.
Okay.
But one of them is called Bloody Harvest, which we can probably assume is going to be for like a Halloween, like limited time event.
That's got to be.
And then the other one is like a Malawan takeover.
Okay.
Now, what I am trying to find is there was an article that kind of detailed like exactly what's supposed to be roughly. Like one of them is supposed to add like an entirely new area, and then another one I think adds like another like planet or world or something like that.
Wow.
So like between now and September 2020, they're planning on adding a ton of things to do.
Yeah. I mean, a year you can have tons of shit in there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, wasn't it like not 10, was it 10 years or it was like,
here it is.
Bloody Harvest between Borderlands games.
Yeah. 2012 was when 2 came out.
So
pre-sequel came out 2014.
7 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if they are planning on this game being, hey, people are going to play this for another 6-7 years before the next Borderlands, we'll give them 5 just because they can make games a little faster now.
So the 2019 fall and winter content calendar, Bloody Harvest event, free content updates, spooky activities, unique event rewards.
Okay.
Malawan Takedown, free content update, an all new map, challenging new enemies, take down an all new boss, earn powerful rewards. And then DLC 1, which is included with the season pass. It's a new campaign add-on.
Okay.
And that's all they've got for it so far.
That's pretty nice. I mean, yeah, like I said, this game came out like 3 days ago on September.
Last Friday.
That was September 17th? 13th. Gotcha. September 13th, Friday the 13th, it came out.
Yep.
How about that?
I was off of work and
which
I was like, shit, let's party.
So you're digging it so far?
Yeah, so far so good.
Okay.
You know,
which I mean, they have a formula that they know how to use and they know how to use well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just, it's basically a Borderlands game. That's why I'm kind of waiting, because it's kind of like I know what I'm going to expect from it, where it's like I don't need to play that right now.
Yeah, but I definitely I wouldn't wait too long if I were you, just because I feel like they're going to be, once they start cranking out this content,
it'll be worth it.
I think that was the joy for me. Like, I haven't bought the season pass yet, but I'm definitely going to, just because I remember the joy of Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 was playing the game, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, here's DLC that adds like an extra 10-15 hours, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait to play this.
Yeah. Which it's amazing thinking how many hours are potentially able to be put into a game like that. Which you'd think a looter shooter, there's not that much stuff to do, but Borderlands just does it really well. Like my favorite mission, which is probably a lot of people's favorite mission of Borderlands 2, is shoot me in the face.
Yeah,
like that.
Shoot me in the face.
That took like 5 minutes just to like find and then do. But it's like somebody thought of that. That was a choice. Somebody's like, what if we just have a guy there who's just like his only thing is he wants to be shot in the face?
Right.
Like that's a mission. You just shoot him.
Just shoot me in the face.
And his name is Face McShooty. He's like face, shoot
they have
me in the face.
They have a couple of those like goofy ones so far that I've seen. There was one where one of the characters that you meet like really fucking needs a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So you have to go and like get a cup of coffee for her, but when you like set up the coffee shop with the robot that handles it, they were like, oh, blah blah blah, like you need a mug, so you have to like actually go kill this dude, his coffee runner. Like he hired a kid to like get him coffee. Like you have to kill him to get his mug. Like stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Which that's it might not be like laugh out loud, bust your gut funny, but it's just like really humorous stuff. And there's tons of guns that you can play play with. I'm interested to see all the different kinds of guns you can use because they put so much time and creativity into like, okay, what about a gun that shoots guns? What about a gun that shoots cheeseburgers? What about like all this other stuff? So
right.
And then the DLC is just going to add tons of new stuff. Well, that's cool. I might pick it up. We'll see. I am definitely going to pick it up. It's just a matter of, do I go now or do I wait a little bit?
Sure.
And finish all the other stuff that I have.
I mean, you might as well get it. So it's $60 for the game, but then they also have a $100 version
that comes with the season pass.
With the season pass and like some other things too in there. And then there was like I want to say like a $200 version.
Nope.
And that one, I remember I went to GameStop because I picked it up at 9:00, and these dudes were walking out.
That's got physical stuff.
Big ass.
That's got physical stuff.
I think it comes with an actual like crest.
Okay.
Crest.
The statue chest thing. Oh, chest.
I think it comes with like an actual loot chest.
Oh, well, that makes
like
sense.
A replica.
So that's Borderlands 3. We're gonna go into the next topic. Which
how much time are we on right now?
We are on 35 minutes. We can talk about one more thing, and then we're done.
You want to talk about Apple Arcade? What do you want to talk about?
I was gonna talk about boobs.
I'm always down to talk about boobs.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
I have what would you? We have an expert here.
I am an expert in the field. Don't mind me. I'm going to test out this.
Go ahead. Amar's going to play using his Apple.
It works.
Products and PlayStation controller.
So yeah, long story short, iOS 13 and iPad OS. What you can do? I'm on the bus. How do I thank the driver?
It's one of the buttons, the D-pad buttons.
Okay, well, I'm falling off now.
So yeah, you're not going to thank him. He's playing Fortnite because he's a loser.
Well, no. So iOS 13 and iPad OS. iOS 13 actually just launched today. They have the ability where you can pair your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One controller with Bluetooth, to which I was like, oh, I'm going to check that out. Now,
which sounds cool.
You get a free month of that Apple Arcade, which is like normally like $5 a month.
Which Apple Arcade is out. That's a new thing. We were going to talk about boobs, but now we're talking about Apple Arcade.
Well, just to
Apple
explain
has its own, arcade service.
Just to explain why I'm playing Fortnite is because I'm playing on my iPad with the iPad OS beta and with the PlayStation 4 controller, and it fucking works.
I mean, that sounds cool. You should
go check this out, man.
Well, no, I can imagine what Fortnite looks like on an iPad.
I'm terrible at this fucking game.
Yes, you are.
I'm probably gonna get killed right away.
Yes, probably are, especially playing on an iPad.
Moisty palms.
Yes, I do. But why are you judging me?
No, that's the area that I'm in.
I know. It's a joke. But I'm going to talk about Twitch. So we've had, a couple episodes back, we had an episode about Twitch and Ninja and all that other stuff. And we talked about a nipple. So there was a breastfeeding nipple on stream, which was not able to be banned. Twitch can't ban you for breastfeeding your kid on stream. But now streamers are getting banned for sexual content when really it's not that sexual. It's basically what they're wearing and what they're doing. They still are banning people for, streaming porn or like doing really bad shit. Like some people are showing body parts that they shouldn't be, but other people are getting banned for like literally dressing as a scantily clad character, so cosplaying.
Yeah, like the Chun-Li,
or like some other people who are just wearing like a sports bra and like pants or something. And it's like, okay, maybe that'll affect people in the future, because what I've noticed is big cosplay market on Twitch. So people just dress as different characters and play games. Like that's a big thing. And then they're like, hey, follow me on all this other stuff. I have a bunch of costumes. I just take pictures. I'm selling all this crap for you guys. Maybe Twitch is, coming down on them and saying, hey, you guys can't do that, because maybe this is like, hey, kids are going to be watching this stuff. Amar is too into Fortnite right now.
I'm listening to you, man. I'm paying attention.
Maybe kids are going to be
the longest I've gone without getting killed.
Kids are going to be watching this, or like, this is, hey, we can't keep promoting people that dress. Because cosplay, for me, I hope I don't offend anybody here. For me, there are two separate kinds. There are ones that are like, hey, you are in this because you are kind of sexualizing a character that is not normally sexualized.
I died.
Amar died. Which, that's about my experience with Fortnite too. So
it's the longest I survived.
Well, there you go. Now he's going to be hooked. I'm kidding.
No, I just wanted to test out the controller.
Well, then the controller works on an iPad. Cool.
Now when I get Apple Arcade,
there you go.
Or Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, which is coming out.
Which I'm going to delete Fortnite now because I don't need it.
But cosplay, there's people who are sexualize a character that does not need to be sexual. It wasn't
because it's
sexualized.
Sexy cosplay for nerds.
Sexy cosplay
or sexy dress up for nerds.
Sexy cosplay for nerds is what I call it. But it's like Mario in a thong and a bra. It's like that's not Mario.
He's never.
You're a girl now in a thong and a bra, and then that
happens.
That makes sense. But it's like clearly you are trying to elicit some kind of response that is sexual in nature. And then there's the cosplay who's like, I dressed as like a creeper from Minecraft. And I'm just put like 5 cardboard boxes on me and painted them green. So it's like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel anything. It's just, I wanted to cosplay as a Minecraft person. So I got a bunch of cardboard boxes. So it just, for me, it's that side is not going to be really touched unless Twitch's algorithm is just like, hey, that's sexual, even though it's like, hey, I just dressed as that guy from Legend of Zelda. The guy, that like merchant dude, he's like in that green suit. And then there's the people who are dressed in like, hey, I'm Fox from Star Fox McCloud, but I'm like half naked. It's like, that's not how that works. You kind of should be
Fox McCloud, more like
Foxy,
Box McCloud
or Foxy McCloud. But I feel like you should be maybe not banned, but like, hey, no sexual stuff on Twitch. That's kind of what our deal is.
Yeah, if I can't show my penis on Twitch,
suddenly then I get banned. It happens.
And then my girlfriend gets mad at me.
Yeah, I mean that it's not that far to where like, hey, these people are showing naked body parts, that naked genitalia on Twitch.
Except if you're Amaranth.
Some people do.
Accidentally showed a little
and then you get banned.
Vagine.
Which you deserve to be banned. If you show some gine, or
if you show some gine, you're gonna do the time.
You're gonna do the time. But
just is what it is.
I don't know. Maybe it might be a bug in Twitch's algorithm. I don't think Chun-Li is overly sexual. I get why.
I didn't read about that. Like I saw the headline,
in the game, in Street Fighter, kind of, sort of, maybe. Like I get it. There's an argument for it.
I guess.
But yeah, I'm just saying some of these there might be an argument for, where it's like their terms of service say no lewd sexual conduct. Kind of, if you're dressing.
But that Amaranth girl used to literally do like dancing streams where she wore like
nothing,
super tight clothes.
Nothing. Yeah, she wore like the minimum possible to technically have clothes on. So it's like you kind of put this on yourself. I don't have a problem with it because hey, they look pretty good.
Stop doing ASMR streams on Twitch, for crying out loud.
Yeah, which I hope that's dying. But it's just
not.
It's just a topic in the news that we saw that people are getting banned for a lot of, like, maybe Twitch is cracking down on sexual stuff and say, hey, there's been a lot of porn on Twitch, so no sexual stuff at all. So I'm gonna
more porn.
I'm gonna be banned because my face looks like a
penis.
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
But that's just a quick little update. Also, I wanted to talk about this, which I didn't get to mention the last week because we didn't have a podcast. We didn't have an episode. So NBA 2K20 this is me, the lawyer, talking. They had literally a slot machine as one of the things for their Ultimate Team mode. They literally had a slot machine on it, and they're like, it's beyond me how they're not even trying to hide the gambling. Nope. They're not even trying to okay, maybe we'll just do loot boxes. So it's boxes. The slot machine is the mechanic, but it's not physically. This is physically a slot machine that you have to match 3 to get a certain reward. And I'm like, why? You're just asking for it. You're asking to get regulated. You're asking to get banned in foreign countries in a game that is probably worldwide because of the internationality of the NBA.
Yeah.
It's literally every person from each country is probably represented in the NBA. Probably not every country, but I'm saying
damn near.
India, I don't think. Maybe. There were a couple guys. There was Simbalar is a 7-foot Indian guy, I think. There are a couple guys. But it's like FIFA. There are literally, basketball is a worldwide sport.
Satnam Singh Bamara is an Indian professional basketball player for the St. John's Edge of the NBL's, the National Basketball League of Canada.
Oh, Canada? Canadian basketball?
Yeah, the National Basketball League of Canada, the NBL.
So but basketball...
The no bullshit league.
My point is basketball is a worldwide sport, and they are just asking to get banned in worldwide countries who have banned FIFA for loot boxes, for just loot boxes. This is a slot machine. So the makers of 2K, not very smart. You know, somebody in that meeting was like, hey, what if we had a slot machine? Like,
I love it.
Let's do it. Let's put it in that. It's
done.
It's just very dumb. So I don't know where they're going to, like, maybe they'll just say, hey, now that you're an NBA player and you're my player, you can go to the casino, or you can, go to a strip club and do some blow off of a woman who's 6'5". We have those. But I don't know. It's just, it hurt as an attorney, and especially one who has followed the loot boxes and gambling arguments. It just hurt. It's like, you're just laughing in the face of everybody that's like, oh yeah, we are banning loot boxes. It's just like, yeah, slot machine. So
that's what Call of Duty Mobile is going to have, is just a shit ton of loot boxes.
Well, yeah, I mean, loot boxes, it's okay as long as they mention what the probabilities of you winning are, like what the drop rates, I guess, in layman's terms, because if it's just random and like you don't know, but the house knows, then it's gambling, because you are taking a risk on getting something that you don't know what the percentage is of getting it. Because if I know that this item drops every 5% of 100 pulls, then if I do 100 pulls, I'm gonna get one.
Right.
So that's not really gambling. It's, I know how much it takes to get that, so I am paying for 100 pulls to get that. That's why that's not gambling, and like listing everything is not gambling, but just not listing it at all is.
Right.
So that 2K,
which FIFA now shows pack probability, which is still trash.
It's close.
You have a 7% chance to pack somebody over 85.
And then when you do, that's enough.
You pack somebody that you're like, oh great, I already have 7 of these guys.
Yeah, that's
fucking
enough.
Packed Thiago Silva like 6 times in a row once. Yeah. So it was like, this is unreal.
But that's enough. That's all it takes.
Spent way too much money on FIFA.
Yeah, we all do. And look forward to spending more money because FIFA's coming out. Buckle up.
Fuck.
But I think that's going to do it for today. We're back after a brief hiatus. Just to recap, we talked about Gears. We love Gears 5. It's great. Amar loves Borderlands 3. I'm looking forward to getting it.
I don't love it. I like it.
He likes it, but he has the potential to love.
Almost like
it's just like, some over-the-pants action. They'll get to
I'll love it.
The good stuff in a little bit.
I could probably get some time over this weekend where I can actually talk more about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can pick it up and play with me.
Maybe. And then, or maybe Amar will be in a review video. You never know.
Maybe.
And no sexy stuff on Twitch. We're watching you. If you want to,
just got a Brazilian wax.
If you want to break the rules, be a rebel. I'm fine. We'll watch.
They can't stop all of us.
We'll be right there watching.
Speaking of, tomorrow's the day to Storm Area 51.
Which we'll let you know how that goes.
Is that still going down?
I don't think so.
Did you book your flight?
No, but I practiced my Naruto run.
Yeah. I was just going to punch drywall.
We'll figure it out.
Damn, tomorrow's the day.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Excited for that.
And then finally, 2K, you're a bunch of idiots. Like, just no. You hurt an attorney and many others.
We'll give you a big old boo.
Have fun getting banned. So that's
way to show your dick on stream.
That's the podcast for today. This episode is brought to you by
Coors Light.
The letter F.
Oh.
I don't know why it's the letter F. It's just a cool letter. So we'll see you hopefully next week.
Yes.
It might just be me. It might be both of us. We might have a guest. We don't know. It's open book. Not. But
we already had a guest today.
If you made it this far, which bless you, if you did, you are our favorite people.
I hope somebody sneezed exactly at that moment when they're getting into a car of somebody listening to this, so they'll be like, "Thank you."
Yeah, I hope so. If you're sneezing along with us,
bless you.
Yeah,
twice.
Honestly, we do appreciate anybody that's made it this far, or anybody that even listens to 10 minutes of our podcasts. So we should just put all the good stuff like 5 minutes in. So it's
just
like that's
say it really fast.
Yeah. So the thing that helps us most is when people share this and tell other people about it, or like it, subscribe it, comment, all that other stuff, because then that lets us know we're doing a good job. It lets other people know we're doing a good job, and then it gets more people to listen, and then we have more of a purpose. If we're just talking into the wind, we're just trying to hear ourselves talk.
It's relaxing.
Which we're kind of dicks if we're narcissistic about it.
Hey, man. But only ego I'm trying to stroke is my own.
So this has been the podcast, Board Certified Gaming, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, all that other fun stuff. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.